Hello everyone, welcome to the third session of CIVICS class for class 9. As we already completed two sessions of this chapter which we were doing, that is what is democracy and why democracy. Now few students, they were getting confused. They were asking me, sir, what is democracy, why democracy is in first chapters of our. That is the new edition of this NCERT book, okay, because chapter 1 is not in the syllabus. So that is the reason in new editions that has been taken out. So that why democracy, this what is democracy, why democracy is in the first chapter. But if you go to the old edition book, it is in the chapter 2. So there is no need to get confused. The chapter is same. So already we have started what is democracy and why democracy. In the last two sessions we have done what is democracy and some features of democracy. Today we will do another topic, page number 31, why democracy. In some countries like freedom of political expressions, freedom of speech, freedom of the press and internet democracy are considered important to ensure that voters are well informed, enabling them to vote according to their own interests. Many democracies are constitutional monarchies such as United Kingdom. But if you talk about India, India is the largest democratic country in the world. Now, why this democracy is important? Why we need democracy and why democracy is very important? Democracy is important because democracy is based on the notions of the people sovereignty. In other words, we can say people are the main source of the power. We, the people, public, are the main source of the power. They can form and diffuse the government. We are so powerful. We, the public, are so powerful. We can form the government and we can diffuse the government also. And you know, a democratic government is also a better government. Why democratic government is better government? Because it is more accountable form of government. Democracy improves the quality of our decision making. Democracy provides a method to deal with difference and conflicts, and democracy enhance the dignity of the citizen. That means last time I told you, this democracy protects our dignity. In this topic, why democracy, argument against democracy is the first topic. You can say now argument against the democracy. That means you can say not in favor of democracy. Now there has been a criticism of democracy by various people, that they say that democracy is not good. The democracy doesn't give us fair decision. Now, why people think that this democracy is not good? Why they criticize? There are lots of reasons. I'll just want to tell you the points why people criticize, because they think that it creates instability by changing its leader frequently. That means there's no stable. So they go on changing the leaders after 5 years. So this doesn't keep a frequent smoothness of the government, running government. Democracy is about power, play and political competition. There is no shape for morality. So many people have to be consulted before any issue is resolved. It leads to delay. So that means if we want to go for any kinds of like consultations, right, we have to make some decision, laws, that creates delay. Why it creates delay? Because it has to be consulted before any issues. It has to be consulted from maybe like people to people or the leaders to leaders. There are lots of ministers, cabinet ministers and all, and it has to be passed. So it is not so good at all as the people criticize. Elected leaders do not know the best interests of the people. The elected leaders, those who are elected, the leaders, they don't know the actual interests, the best interests of the people, what the people want, what is their interest. The leaders are unable to go through it. It leads to corruptions. For it is based on electoral corruptions. You can find out in many countries, not only in India, lots of countries have these corruptions in the elections and all. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. So decision making should not be left to them. So here, ordinary people, the common people, they don't know what is good for them. So decision making should not be left to them. So somehow these are the argument against the democracy. So this is the reason why people criticize the democracy. Now, democracy is not a magical solution. It's not like an Aladdin jinn. You ask a wish and in a second it gets fulfilled. Democracy is not a magical solution for all the problems. It has not ended poverty in our country and in other parts of the world. Democracy as a form of government only ensures that people take their own decision. This does not guarantee that their decision will be good. People can make mistakes. Involving the people in this decision does lead to delay in decision making. It doesn't mean that whatever the people make the decision means that is perfect. No, sometimes they get mistakes also. It is also true that democracy leads to frequent changes in leadership. Sometimes this can set back big decisions and affect the government efficiency. For an example, in a school, I'm just giving an example. Supposedly, any subjects in a class. Supposedly, I am teaching civics in a class, right? Okay, I taught you 3 months. 3 months, after 3 months, I left the school. Some new teachers will come and teach you. Again, he'll leave after 3 months. Some other new teacher will come and teach you. Now, here, there is no any stability. These changes of the teachers will affect or will get effect to the students. This is how in democracy also, when the leaders changes, that creates instability. So changes of leaders can create misunderstanding or they may create unsmoothness to run the government. Now this type of arguments create lots of hustle, hodgepodge. You can hodgepodge in our mind now. Now democracy of a kind we see may not be ideal form of government, but that is not the question we face in our real life. The real question we face is different. Is democracy better than other form of government that are there for us to choose from? Now we have to decide. We can easily distinguish which form of government is good or best. Either monarchy type of government, or you can say military dictator type of government, or dictator form of government, or a democracy. Now we as an Indian, India is a democratic country, as I told you. We have lots of freedom. Speech, vote, equality, isn't it? In religious form, in many other things. So it is our responsibility to choose which form of government does we like. Hope you understand this topic, argument against democracy. Till here, please go through the book thoroughly. We'll meet in next session on the topic argument for democracy, betterment of the democracy. Till then, take care. Goodbye.